Hello Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. If you are new here, I own KLT Charting, which is my little independent. I am a person on my own, doing my thing. I make cross stitch charts and I dye fabric, I dye threads, I do accessories, I do lots of things. I also do Flosstube, which I am quite happy about because this is my fourth, she says, checking her notes. I'm going to make a note of that so I know for next time. My fourth Flosstube since I came back and started doing them this way. So if you are a subscriber and you keep checking in on me, thank you. I appreciate all the watches and all the likes. So yes, so this is me. Just trying to think. Yeah, I have some stitching to show you. I have some new releases to show you from KLT Charting, some new bits that I've been doing. And of course, if you are here for the most important thing, which is of course Jottertube, as I am now calling it, stay to the end to see my new notebooks. I've always liked notebooks, but I am starting to worry that doing this is making it worse. Is that possible? Because literally I'm now seeing notebooks and going, I need to buy that for my Flosstube. Oh well, is there such a thing as too many notebooks? Who knows? The weather here has been awful the last few days, but of course today, because I'm filming, it's very bright and sunny. So if I'm squinting a lot, it's because the sun is beaming in through the cabin. Which is, I mean, that's nice. It warms me up. It saves me putting my heater on because it does get really, really warm in here when the sun shines on it. So I'm not complaining, but at the same time, it's quite bright when I'm trying to film. I've just realised, well, not just realised, but it's going to bug me. I thought I could get through, but I can't. I've got specks of dust on my glasses, so I'm just going to clean those because the sun, I don't notice it until the sun picks up on it. Much better. Right, okay. Stitching. I'm going to show you my stitching first because if people aren't interested in my new releases, which if you follow me on Facebook, you would have already seen, I'll do the stitching first, and if you don't want to see the new release stuff, then you don't have to carry on watching if you don't want to. I have only stitched on one project since my last Flosstube, which was Computer Wizard, and I'm going to put a picture up here of how it looked last time I showed it to you. I can't remember though, I should have checked before I started filming if I had a good picture, because it wasn't until I watched the last video back that I realised my progress picture was quite zoomed in and it wasn't a great picture. So I'm going to try and make sure from now on I do wider shots so you can really see these pages coming to life. But that's how it was, and then this is where it is. I have done 5,726 stitches. They are 10 stitches, so you know you could probably halve that if you wanted to, but I don't, not for Computer Wizard, because it's so confetti heavy. But this is where I am at now, and you can see that the new page that I've been working on has really, really come to life. I'm really happy with it. I was doing a lot of the browns, although I say browns, it's more like burgundies. There's a lot of oranges in there, pinks, some very random blue, which surprised me, and it took me a while to work out what they were for, but I realised it's tassels coming down off that banner. So I was doing a lot of that, but it's not until you really add in the dark colours, so there's a lot of dark burgundy and the dark, very dark brown and some black, that the page really gets its depth. So I'm really happy with that. But I am putting Computer Wizard down. Sorry, I've just seen a message come through and I was sort of trying to half read it. I'll look at that later. Yes, so I'm putting Computer Wizard away for a little while. Myth, a new round of myths, well, not a new round of myth, the second part of the round of myth started today, which means Sirens, which is the clan that I'm in, we are in play, and Computer Wizard is no good for myth. I think I've said that before. So I'm going to be picking up Elder later, and I'm going to put a picture up here just so you can see where I'm starting. This is Elder as of this morning. lots of blank space to fill, and I've got some really, really lovely chunks coming up, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to blitz through those whilst we're in play, and hopefully, well, Sirens will definitely be out by the time I film another Flosstube in 2 weeks, because the round, even if we go the distance, which we probably won't, the round only lasts for 10 days anyway. So by the time I see you again, hopefully I'll have lots of stitching done on Elder, and possibly, I don't know, I might have gone back to Computer Wizard by then, or I might fill in some confetti if I'm not burnt out from stitching for our lives. Not sure. So hold that thought on Elder, and hopefully lots of progress, and we will see what I pick up after Elder in 2 weeks. So that is literally all the stitching that I have done. I mean, it's a decent amount of stitches. What did I say it was? 5,726. I'm pleased with that. And I'm getting so close. Now I've said we will see. Actually, I think when we finish Myth, I probably will go back to Computer Wizard, because I am so close to hitting the 50% mark. I think I'm on something like 49.34 or something. I don't know, I didn't check the number before I came up to the cabin, but it's something like that. It's definitely way past the 49% mark, and I'm desperate. After 13 years I've been working on Computer Wizard, to get to the halfway point will be huge. Really huge. It's embarrassing, really, isn't it? 13 years, how ridiculous, and I'm not even at 50%. But I will be soon. I will be soon. I may stick with Elder for a few days after Myth. I don't know. It depends who else is playing. It depends on presents and if we're going to fill the chest. Which, if you don't play Myth, won't make any sense to you. But if you do play Myth, you get it. It's fine. You understand. Yeah. And then I'll go back to Computer Wizard and hit that 50% mark. Very exciting. Can't wait. So... okay, so that's it for stitching stuff. Other than to say, no, this is a new subject. A reminder to you all that my retreat is next Saturday. That's the 7th. So by the time I see you, KLT Charting, or see you next, KLT Charting would have had their first day retreat. And I'm super excited for it. Really, really pleased. We haven't got tons of people coming. I think the last time I checked, there was 11 people coming. Plus me, plus my daughter Kira will be there. She's getting free entry in exchange for treating her like a pack horse for the day. Very exciting. She can move all my boxes around. No, I'm joking. A little bit joking. And she's not sat over there. Like last time, it turns out she was sat over there the whole video. She's not today. It's 11:30 in the morning, so she's probably still in bed. It's fine. I would say she's a teenager, but she's not. She's 20. But she works evenings. So by the time she gets home, she doesn't want to go straight to sleep. I don't hold her. I don't, a lay-in. I don't hold that against her. So that's fine. Anyway, she's still in bed. She's not here. She is going to be my, my pack horse for the day at the retreat, which I'm very excited about. I am going to be dyeing exclusive KLT Charting threads for this, and they will never, she says with a asterisk next to it, because I can't see the future, I have no plans to put them on the website. The only way you're going to be able to get these threads is to come to the KLT Charting retreat. I am doing goodie bags, so there will be these threads in the goodie bags, and if you want to buy more on the day, I'm sure there will be some available, but they're not going on the website. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Those threads will be dyed probably Monday or Tuesday, because then that gives me the rest of the week to make the goodie bags up. So yeah, 7th February is the first KLT Charting retreat. 11 is not, it doesn't sound like a lot of people, and we've got a pretty sizable room that we're going into, but I'm quite happy to have a lower amount for the first retreat. I've never set up a retreat in this hall before. I've got no idea where I'm going to put all my stuff. I've got no idea where the tables are going to go, how many tables I can put in the middle of the room for stitchers. So it's fine. So the 11 that I've got are going to be somewhat guinea pigs. that's fine. Most of them know that, and it's not a problem. It's fine. And then obviously when we have a wonderful, wonderful day, word will spread, and I'm sure there will be more at the next one, which is, if you need to know, the 30th of May. It is on the website. Tickets are only £10, which is literally just to cover the cost of the hire of the room. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm really, 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 really looking forward to it. Okay, so work stuff. As you know, if you watched my last video, I have my calendar. There is a lot of pink on here. A lot of pink. But there are a few spots that I've missed. And I might, at the end of today, because obviously I've still got the rest of today's work to go, there are empty stuff here, which I haven't highlighted yet, but that's because they're not done yet. It's fine. So there will be more crossed off, but I don't think I'm going to hit my goal of turning it all purple, pink. I may highlight in a different colour. I'll see if I can find a purple highlighter or something as an orange one there that might stand out. Maybe. So, I'm going to take a leaf out of, and I definitely should have looked this up before, but I didn't. I want to say Jess. Must be Jess. I think Jess. Sorry, I will look that up for next time, because I'm stealing your idea, which is not to set goals. I love goals, but they do leave you with a deflated feeling if you don't hit them for whatever reason. Like Tuesday of this week, I didn't get any work done. I lost an entire work day because my son hurt his foot and I had to take him to the walk-in centre. We were there 5.5 hours. Please don't be alarmed, he's fine. They x-rayed him, nothing's broken, but he's still hopping around. I've been calling him Zebedee. He's too young to know who Zebedee is, which is quite amusing, so he just like gives me a funny look. So he's fine, but it did mean that I didn't get any work done on Tuesday, basically barely any at all. So life happens, and I'm well aware, for all the best intentions of the world, of me filling out my calendar, and I have, so you can see, planned out February. I have done that. So February's raring to go. So anyway, I'm rambling. Instead of goals, it is no longer my goal to turn everything pink. It's my intention. Okay? We're going to have intentions instead of goals for this. Life happens. Things happen. Most of it is pink. I cannot deny that I am happy with the amount of pink that I've turned on here. Things like the Miles of Stitching admin and my Model Stitcher admin, which were both woefully neglected last year. I'm up to date on those, and I'm staying up to date by doing the weekly crossing off on here. I have an Etsy shop as well, which a lot of people don't even know about. Mainly because everything that's on the Etsy shop, there's nothing on there that's not on the Chaotic Chatting website. I do double up. But my Etsy shop, it would just run, and it would run for months without being touched. So I don't do Etsy every week now, but literally twice a month, every other week, I am looking in on my Etsy shop, putting up a new chart, seeing what needs updating, seeing what needs tweaking. And even, like, I think I spent about half an hour on it yesterday. Even though it's only half an hour, it's still more than I did in, like, the last 4 months of 2025. So I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with how much of this I've turned pink. I didn't fill it all. I'm not going to get myself some reward that I still hadn't even decided on what it was going to be. Maybe I should have decided the reward, and I might have gone harder on... I can't have gone any harder. I've been there before where I work all the hours, 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm still on the laptop. And honestly, I'm just exhausted. I never get any stitching done, which is what I love. So I'm really trying hard to keep to work hours. And if I can't do this within the week work hours, the only time I'm really breaching that at the moment is October, when November, when I'm packing advents like a demon. Other than that, I'm really trying to keep to work hours, just for my own sanity, apart from anything else, and to get my stitching done. So if I can't fill it all, I can't fill it all. But a good effort was made, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So we'll try again in February. I will see how we get on. The one thing I will say is I have, which is down the bottom here, and I purposely don't hold it still for very long. I set myself sales targets. It's really hard being it's just me here. And sometimes it's way too easy to get distracted, to go off on a tangent. It's tempted to take the day off, but I really try not to. So I do set myself sales targets. And I immed and erred, and I spoke to some friends about telling you what my sales targets were, and we decided it was a little bit cringe, a little bit, but that it would be okay as part of my summary for the month, if you like, to tell you whether or not I hit my sales targets. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's a little bit vague, but it's more of the, not accountability, but just, kind of interesting. Okay, I actually have 2 sales targets. One is I've got a spreadsheet. Shocker, anybody who knows me, that's a big shock. I know, I've got spreadsheets for everything. I record all my monthly sales, and I'm purely talking about sales that have gone through the website. Etsy is not included. Extra, like at the moment, January, people have been placing orders for additional Advent stuff. That's not included because that is just invoicing through PayPal. I'm purely talking about website sales, mainly because I'm very lazy. I will always take the shortcut if there is one. On my website, I've got a dashboard where I can see all my statistics, and I can literally just go, when I tick over into February, I can literally just ask it to show me my January sales, and it'll pop up. I don't have to work anything out. That's the number that I use. It's right there. I don't want to be adding in all those other numbers. That all gets included in my accounts, my finance accounts for tax purposes, just not for these website sales targets. Okay, so I have 2 sales targets. One is I look back. Let me get this down because this will make more sense. Sorry, big shot of my belly there. Okay, I'm not holding it up so you can see it, just so you can see. These are all my numbers for the last 10 years. Monthly website sales. The yellow boxes that you got a flash of, that was my best month ever. So you can see you can't really see because I'm not holding it still for long enough, but there's only one January highlighted. And that was actually January 2019. So that yellow box, whichever month I'm on, whichever row that I'm on, the yellow box is one of my sales targets to see if I can beat my best month ever, my best January ever in the next January. And then the next one is I take all of the January numbers, add them up, and then divide by 10 to give me an average January for the last 10 years. And that's my average sales target. So far in January, and I know January's not finished yet, I have not beaten my best month ever, which is always a bit, that would be nice, especially seeing as that best January ever has stood since 2019. I've got no idea what happened in January 2019 to give me sales like that. But that was my best January ever. But I have beaten my average. So apart from the best ever month, my January sales, I beat my average, which is good. I'm happy. So yes, this may not be all pink, and I may not have a new yellow box on here, but I'm happy with how it's gone. I am. So it's all good. All good. Yes. Anyway. In an effort to increase sales, because let's face it, might feel cringe to talk about a business, to talk about sales. Ooh, shocker. I am here to sell stuff. This is how I feed my kids. This is how I pay the rent. This is how I keep the heat on. I have been trying. Historically, I'm terrible at just, right, that's that, and let's just leave it to tick along and see how we do. Like Etsy, for example. Because it has got a life of its own and somebody else looks after it, I can just leave it. But the sales were going down. Etsy sales have never been fantastic. It was really there before I started having digital downloads on my website. Etsy was a place where I could have digital files. I don't have to worry about sending the order out. Etsy does it all for me. And even stuff like Facebook and social media was very much the same. I've got a Facebook group. I don't need to worry about growing it because, it's there. But I hate Facebook. This is why I play so many of my Myth and Miles of Stitching. I much prefer it on Discord. Because Facebook is just a nuisance. It is an absolute nuisance. On my group, and my page too, to be fair. But mainly, my page has been very underutilised. My group has got 1,500 odd people in. I'd need to look to get the exact number. And it tells me how many people, when I put a post up, it tells me how many people have seen it. And do you know how many posts that I put up that after a week of it being there, out of 1,500 people in my group, Facebook says, yeah, 49 people looked at this. And I'm like, that's not helping my business. But I'm trying to use the page more now, because obviously when you have a group, even if it is 1,500 people, I'm limiting who can see whatever post I put up to that 1,500 people. And then Facebook only shows it to 49, which is really not helpful. But if I use the page, there's no limit on who can see that. And the more people who interact with my page, the more people Facebook will show my page to, because they think it's interesting. So that's my new plan. So if you have seen lots of posts from me going up, that's why. Expect more of the same. And I've actually started, in amongst all my pink, you'll notice there's green here too. So when I have put up my social media post for that day, I give myself a green mark. That's why there's green on there. If you had seen it and wondered why, that's what it is. So most of what I'm about to show you, which is my new releases for the last 2 weeks, you would have seen if you're following the page and you're getting notifications of that. But I'm going to put them up here anyway, just because, why not? Okay. So since my last video, I keep mentioning Myth because it's very prevalent at the moment with being in play. But I do actually have a whole set of Myth charts. I try and do, and I've got an icon chart for each clan in play, and they're not finished, and I keep saying they're going to be finished, and I still haven't done them. But it's like, I used to be a hunter, and the hunter icon is a bow and arrow. So there's a chart. It's a small chart. They're only about yay big by the time they're stitched. Different things reflecting different clans. So I was working through those. We also have dragons in Myth. So I finally managed to do the Yeti's icon, which I will put up now. And I managed to do an icon for, we've got a dragon called Popcorn. The other dragons had already been done, but Popcorn was a new dragon, so I've done the Popcorn icon now as well. And then what else did I do chart wise? We also have a new bubble wrap chart, the seahorse. So I have a list here and I'm checking them off. If you see me keep looking down. So this is seahorse bubble wrap. And then I've had some graphics stacked up on my computer for a while. I did the hippo sphere, but I've got quite a few of these spheres waiting to do. One of them was an advent PDF advent chart, which was Panda Sphere, so that's been released now, which is it. And then this week I also did the Zebra Sphere. And I really like the style of these, so there's definitely going to be more of these coming, without a doubt. I've had a couple of requests, some are doable, some are not, but I will do the ones that I can. But I really like these spheres. I may even end up stitching a couple myself. I think they are gonna look fab, absolutely fab, stitched in hand-dyed fabric. Stitched in hand-dyed thread. Not sure about hand-dyed fabric. I may just stick to plain white so that the thread really stands out. Undecided, not sure, but I'm also not supposed to be having any new starts at the moment because of working on Computer Wizard and Elder. So watch this space. There's a good chance when I finally cave and have a new start that it's going to be one of these spheres. I love the zebra. I keep looking back at it, but I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe there is a hippo sphere. Maybe that will be... I do allow myself a hippo new start in August for Erica. Maybe that would be that. Maybe. We'll see. So that's it for charts for the last 2 weeks. I did manage to finish over in Miles of Stitching. There's a new route, which is Washington, D.C. It's quite a small route, but it does take in quite a few places. You get the usual, I think it's 8 digital postcards. Do you know what? I've had this one 95% done for so long, but because Miles of Stitching was so neglected and I got up to date with it, I still had some time in my schedule, so I finished Washington DC. So that is available now. It's on the website. And then in my last video you saw I had started some new grime guards with a fabric you hadn't seen, but I did show you the fabric, which was the giraffes on the purple. They got finished and those are all on the website now as well. So there's a picture of those. And then that's it for like website stuff. But dyeing behind the scenes, which you don't see until the orders come out. Since my last video, I have dyed Darkness Comes. So if you had an order for that, it's done. And I know there is one particular order. For reasons, there were good reasons that it was waiting like a year. That's done now. So if you're watching the video, and there's a chance that you might one day, your Darkness Comes is done, finally. Of course, it's not being shipped to you. You know why it's not being shipped to you. You know who I'm talking to. I also dyed Nightmare Before Christmas hand-dyed threads and Jingle All the Way hand-dyed threads, which were both Advent 2025 threads. I have started work on the threads before the fabrics because I can, ready for the additional orders. So more of those have been dyed. And actually, can I show them to you? Where are they? Oh, they're up here. Let me grab them. There we go. If you don't know what these colours are, this is... Oh, they're all bundled together. This is Nightmare Before Christmas. A whole bundle full of Nightmare Before Christmas. No, this is going to get messy. There we go. Oh, one stray one there. So this is, well, I mean, it's black. It was black dye, but it dries grey. See, the sun is just washing that out. You can't see any of the purple of that at all. What if I put this on to protect it? Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? So very dark grey, but I mean black to very dark grey and purple. So that's the Nightmare Before Christmas. And I also did Jingle All the Way, which is easier to pick up because it's in the bottom of the basket, which is this lovely maroony colour. So those are done. I have started on the Advent extras. More will be done soon. So there we go. And I also dyed February's limited edition, which I do not have here to show you because the threads are still drying. And I haven't ironed the fabrics and photographed them or anything else like that. It's also not February. Come on, don't jump the gun. What are you doing? You hoping that I'm going to show you new stuff all the time? No, I'm not going to show it to you. I don't have it here. It's not ready. But I can tell you the name of it, if you want to know. Okay, this is what we're going to do. If you don't want to know the name of the February colour, just go like la 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 like that for like 5 seconds. Okay, it's dolphin. Dolphin. We are under the sea, aren't we, for the year of 2026? We're under the sea, so sea creatures and general things that you would find under the sea. So dolphin. Yeah. I'm sorry if you finished going la 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 la, and I've just said it again anyway. I don't really believe for 1 second that anybody was going la 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 la. Anyway. So that is dyed, it's ready to go. So I will be doing a live video on, she says, looking at a calendar, Monday. It's the first working day. Well, it's not, yes, the first working day. 30th. So it's the first on Sunday. So Monday the 2nd, I have the colours ready to show you. So I will be doing a live video for that as usual. Right. 31 minutes of waffling. And I still got to edit yet as well. Nope, no, not notebook floss. Jotter floss. No, why do I keep saying floss? Jottertube. I'm going to write that down because what I keep saying floss because of Flosstube. Jottertube. I have 2 new notebooks for Jottertube. This one, it's just gorgeous. Just dragons, yes, big shock. What I really love about this one is there's a beautiful picture on the back too. Ugh. And if you are a Fourth Wing fan, the Empyrean series, I don't know, it wasn't sold as a Fourth Wing Empyrean notebook, but this is so definitely Tan and Endana. Definitely. And possibly even Segale on the front, I think. She is blue. But it's just gorgeous. I have got a sticker on here because I am already using this book. I know. That is a shock. With all my other notebooks. My drawer is full, by the way. I've had to start. I don't know if I'll be able to show this to you. I've got a bookshelf over here. Oh, you can't see it. It's out of shot. Here we go. Overflow is on the bookshelf now because the drawer was full. I'm using this one. So where I am working on my social media presence, using the page more, this is the book I am making notes and ideas of. Oh, I could put up a post about that. So this is my social media notebook now, which probably means it won't go over onto the bookshelf over there because it is in use. Those are the ones that are not being used. And then I'm blaming my kids for this one because my kids have friends. How dare they? One of the friends had a birthday party, so I needed to go and buy. So I was looking through the kids' stuff. Again, Home Bargains, same as the Stitch notebook from last time. Home Bargains again. I blame Home Bargains. I blame my kids because if it wasn't for them and a birthday party and having to buy a present, I wouldn't have been looking in the kids section, and I wouldn't have seen this. Oh, Avengers Assemble! If you know me, I am an Avengers fan, a Marvel fan. I am not so much the comics, which is what these are from, but just the Marvel films. I do like them. I'm a bit behind on some of them, to be fair. I will get caught up ready for Doomsday at the end of this year. But I was very happy to have an Avengers notebook. Because the Stitch one on the markers. So we've got Captain America. See, it's just pictures. Iron Man. And Thor. The Stitch one had like a saying on each one. So this one hasn't got that, but I am happy. I don't care. I love the Avengers. So yes, an Avengers notebook. Which I will put over on the bookshelf with the Stitch one and all the others. I think this obsession is getting a little bit out of control. I may need to curb it. But then Jottertube is such a highlight of my videos. I'll see. Maybe there will be no more notebooks next time. Maybe there won't. We will see. So, anyway, I think I'm done. Everything on my notes is ticked off. So that's it. 35 minutes. I can't remember how long the last one was, but half an hour, I think. Yeah. So, I am going to finish this video now. I'm going to edit it, put the pictures on, upload it. While I'm doing all that, I will see how many more of my things I can turn pink by the end of the day. But it's an intention, not a goal. It's fine. That's not to say I'm still not going to reward myself if I can manage to finish February's. I'm also not dragging it with me, rolling it over each month. I've had targets like that before where I roll it over and you only need 2 or 3 months of not being able to do something and it just feels like it's a pit you can't get out of. So I'm not rolling it over. Anything that didn't get done in January, it's just not done. It's just not done. And I'm going to go into February fresh. A new grid, a new set of stuff to turn pink, and we'll see how we get on. But if you've watched this far, thank you very much. I do appreciate you. Love you. Hit like so I know you've watched. Hit the comments to tell me whether or not, you liked my notebooks or anything else you want to say. And I will see you all again in 2 weeks. Okay. See you soon. Bye.